Good morning, students. Okay, today I am going to explain about the Anika thread versus common thread. Okay, the Anika thread versus for the common thread. Okay, which is nothing but here, like we are going to for what is that? For efficiently runs on the distributed infrastructure, Anika threads have the certain limitations. Okay, when compared to the local threads. Okay, these limitations are related to the communications of the synchronization strategies that are normally used in the multi-threaded applications. Okay, then what are the local threads as well as the Anika thread, right? Like the local thread, which is nothing but, okay, we are going to call it as, or we are going to create the one class that is like for example system dot thread. Okay, that should be a local thread. Okay, when we are going to access the Aneka thread, or when we are going to create the Aneka thread, okay, the name of the file, okay, that should be a Aneka. Okay, suppose for example Aneka dot thread dot systems or Aneka dot thread dot something, okay, xyz. Okay, when the Aneka thread, okay, it will starts from the name of the Aneka. Okay, when it will be common thread, okay, it is going to start from the system. Okay, so this is the difference between the Aneka thread as well as the common thread. Okay, you look at this word, the table format. Okay, see, this is the like Aneka thread versus common thread. Okay, here you look at this, the common thread APIs. Okay, we are going to use for the different numbers of APIs in the Aneka thread as well as the common thread. The common thread, okay, it is going to consisting the system dot threading, and like Aneka thread, okay, it is consisting Aneka dot threading. Okay, which is nothing but whenever we are going to creating the ID, or whenever we are going to creating the instances of the classes, okay, that the thread name should be always starts with the Aneka. Okay, that is belongs to Aneka thread. Okay, the thread name, okay, it is always starts with the system. Okay, this thread name is belongs to common, or it should be a local thread, right? See, like that we are going to creating many types of threads. Okay, that should be a Aneka thread running, or Aneka thread dot background, or it should be Aneka thread dot priority. Okay, then Aneka thread dot string, or it may be ID. Okay, like that we are going to creating multiple threads. Then I like this what is that then this Aneka thread, okay, they are going to use for the different thread life cycles, and then thread capabilities, and then thread synchronization and thread priorities. Okay, everything they are going to handle. Okay, then like come to the for thread life cycling. Okay, what it will tells about means, it is going to tells about the all threading stages. Okay, that means stages, that is what is that, new state, running state, stop like stop state, terminate, then what is that, waiting state, and then what is that then what is running state and runnable states. Okay, these all are the different state. Okay, then after that, what is that, aborted state, then queued state, so failed state, completed state. Okay, these all are the different status, okay, which is going to consider the Aneka thread life cycle. Okay, then what about the say thread synchronization? Okay, the thread synchronizations, it is going to provides the many types of libraries. Okay, the libraries which is nothing but, it is going to supports for the thread synchronizations by the what is the semaphore as well as the read writer lockers and basic informations about the synchronization. Okay, everything it is going to controlled at the Aneka. Okay, see, this is about the thread synchronization. Then priority. Okay, the priority, which is nothing but, it is going to supports the thread priorities. Okay, where the scheduling priority can be happens based on the values, or based on the thread priorities. What is that, enumerations. Okay, which is nothing but enumerations, which is nothing but when the okay, when the what is that, the thread value should be highest, or when the thread value will be above normal, or the when the thread value will be very below. Okay, like the priority wise, okay, it is going to what is that, allow the thread inside the program. So this is about the common versus thread Aneka. Then I'll move on to the task computing. Okay, the task computing, which is nothing but Yes, okay, this task computing programming, okay, the task computing programming, okay, which is nothing but here, okay, like a multiple task or like each task, okay, they are going to identify the one or more operations, okay, that can be produces the different output that can be isolated in the single logical unit, okay. Then this task is represented, okay, with the help of different unit as well as the code, or it may be a program. Means whenever we are going to execute the task, okay, that task it is going to represented in the form of programs, or it may be a code, okay, that can be separated and executed, okay, in the remote runtime environment. And okay, and the multi-threaded programming, okay, it is going to mainly concentrated with the providing a support for the parallelism within the single machines. Then second point of the this task programming, you look at this, this is the diagram of the task programming. Here what is there, here the middleware as well as the computing nodes and remote environment as well as the local user, then multiple tasks, okay. The middleware, okay, it is going to it is the middleware device, it is one of the centralized device, okay. It is going to connected all the computations nodes, or it may be a remote environment, then local nodes, then multiple tasks, everything, okay, they are going to interlink with each other, okay. The computations nodes, which is nothing but, okay, it is going to consisting the different data centers, okay, grid, then clusters, then different servers, okay, they are going to interlink with the middleware, okay. Here what it will do means, a user, okay, it is going to submitting the collection of data, or like collection of task, okay, that can be access to the access points of the middleware, which will take care for scheduling as well as the monitoring the like monitoring that particular what is the task, okay. Then each computing resources providing and the appropriate runtime, okay. Here I'm telling here the multiple what is the task, okay, they are going to approaching the middleware access point. The local or the user can, okay, approaching the multiple task to the access node, okay, access node of the middleware, and it is going to taken care for monitoring as well as the controlling that particular task in the remote environment. Then this middleware as well as the computations node, they are going to interacting with each other by using the APIs, okay. The application program interface, they are going to, with the help of that, they are going to communications between the middleware as well as the computation nodes, okay, which is nothing but whatever the data it is going to executed on the middleware environment, okay, that it is going to saved on to the computations nodes, which is nothing but it is going to saved on the different data centers, or it may be a servers. So this is about the task computing scenarios, and then it is also increasing the task throughput as well as the performance, okay, everything. So like this is the complete informations about the task computing scenarios. So like next class I'll see about the what are the characteristics of the task computing, and what are the categories, okay, we are going to look on this task computing scenarios, and then what are the benefits of the task computing scenarios, okay, everything we are going to explain in the next class. Thank you.